It's pretty windy out here. I don't know if you can hear anything, but doing a quick motor swap. I've already gotten the transmission apart. I need to lock it into second gear, or from second gear into first gear, and it's still got some slipping that it's been doing. And I've got my last new motor here is the last one that I have. So once I put this on, it's all going to be do or die. So I'm going to have to leave it in first gear and just play with it like that. But it's oh well. Let's I'll kind of step you through the process here. And this is the gear here that actually runs the transmission that comes off the motor, and it's got a small set screw, so I'm going to tighten this up. And I'm not going to bother putting Loctite on it because I don't believe that it's going to last that long, and it may not even last as long as what I'm thinking it will. So and this here's a gasket, or kind of a protective cover, so I'm going to put that on, and if I can find the holes and line them up. And you can see here these darker spots. These are where the old motors that I've gone through, the past 4, have actually gotten hot, and it might not be a good idea to put these on or to even have them on. So actually I think I'm just going to take this off and see if that'll help the cooling process during the time that this motor's running. And if it lasts, it lasts, and if not, it's not a big deal. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. So I'll just leave it off for now. And that's the main screw there. I'm going to leave it loose until I get the second one in, which allows for adjustment between these 2 gears here, so that you don't have it too tight, you don't have it too loose. If you have it real tight, it's not going to let it spin like it should, and if you don't have it tight enough, you'll end up stripping out your gears a lot faster than what you would normally. So I'm going to go ahead and put this other screw in and make a small adjustment and make sure it's not real tight, and then we can tighten the other one and make sure that everything's good on it. Let's see, I don't know if you can see, this allows for adjustment here with this screw because it's grooved and it can slide back and forth. So we'll set it about right there. I think it'll work just fine. And I'm noticing here that my set screw is actually slamming against my gear, so I'm gonna have to change that. I don't know if you can see very well, but it's the set screw here runs into this gear here, and if it's hitting like that, it's gonna cause a lot of problems, a lot of issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that right quick. Okay, now you can see and hear that it's not hitting the gear and everything's running smooth. And let's see if I can keep it in first gear here. Definitely a lot harder to spin, and there's where it slips out there. That's where a main issue is, especially under an extreme load, which in my case is an extreme load. And then you can see the higher gear allows you to spin more freely. It's not near as hard. And then here's the second gear, which it's a little tighter to turn, but that's the way it should be. So I'm going to go ahead and put the casing back on this now And you can see all the grease inside here. It's definitely getting grease like it should. Kind of hoping I have enough battery left. I don't have my charger, or at least at this time, I can't access it. So if the battery runs dead, I'm kind of running short. But it's not a big deal. I can always test it later. Just wanted to get this put in and get the body mounted and just kind of get this stuff out of the way, or where I can easily move it without anything being of an issue. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the motor and the transmission back in the truck and bolt it down and hook the drive line back up. The only thing that I really have that may pose a future issue or problem is this transmission and motor mount have 4 bolts. As you can see, 2 here and then 2 here on this other side, but this one here is stripped out, and the screw kind of easily falls in and out of that mounting hole. So I may have to put a bigger one in, or put a longer one in, and find a way to put a nut up underneath it. But it's pretty much installed. I'm just going to hook these wires here up, and it's ready to be tested. We'll see how it goes and see how it works.